So how's the housing market doing in Terramor? Well, we just finished up the first quarter of 2023 and the numbers are in. So in this video, I'll share the most recent information about homes sold in the community of Terramor. Hi, my name is Casey and I'm a local realtor. And my wife and I also live in one of the 55 and older communities here in Corona. And in last week's video, we went over the sales numbers for homes sold in the neighboring community of Trilogy at Glen for the first quarter of 2023. So now, let's take a look at home prices for the same time period for the community of Terramor. And this includes homes sold between January 1st and March 31st of 2023. The first number I'd like to share with you is the average sales price. The average sales price of homes in Terramor was $693,735, with prices ranging from a low of $613,000 all the way up to a high of $800,000. Now, when I first saw this average sales price, I was a little concerned. If you look back at home prices during the final quarter of 2022, you'll see that the average sales price back then was $786,000. So the average sales price here in Terramor has dropped over $92,000 in the first quarter. Now, I'm a big believer in stats. I think they give you a really good picture of what's happening in a neighborhood, but sometimes stats can be misleading, and I think this is one of those times. In digging a little deeper, I found that of the 10 homes that were sold, only 4 of them were on the view side of the street. And in the community of Terramor, this really does affect the price. I also found that there were 10 additional homes currently in escrow during the first quarter, but these homes hadn't actually closed escrow yet. And the average price of these homes was $767,000, and this is $73,000 higher than the average price for the first quarter of this year. Plus, 5 of these homes were priced between $800,000 and $950,000. So I have no doubt that when we review the numbers for the second quarter of this year, the average sales price will rebound back to what we saw at the end of last year, which is really good news for homeowners here. Okay, so let's take a look at the highest priced home sold in Terramor. It was located at 11443 Alton Drive. This home had 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plus an office, and 2,060 square feet of living space. This home had lots of upgrades, including hardwood flooring, crown molding, custom window casing, and arched doorways throughout. And the home had a beautiful gourmet kitchen with upgraded stainless steel appliances, a huge island, and a built-in refrigerator. And the rear yard was completely landscaped too. It had a covered patio, stamped concrete, artificial turf, and a fire pit. Plus, this home had an absolutely beautiful view. And this was the highest priced home sold in the community of Terramor at $800,000. Next, let's take a look at the number of homes that were actually sold. During the first quarter of 2023, there were a total of 10 homes sold. And remember, there are 10 additional homes currently in escrow. And this is up from 6 homes sold in the final quarter of 2022. Now, this is good news for the housing market, as it shows there are people actively looking to buy homes in the area. Another important number to look at is the average days on market. This simply means how long a home was available for sale before an offer was accepted. And during the first quarter of 2023, the average number of days to sell a home in Terramor was 67 days. Now, this is up slightly from the final quarter of 2022, when homes were taking an average of 57 days to sell. And finally, I want to share with you the number of homes currently for sale. Right now, there are 10 homes for sale in Terramor, and that's almost exactly the same as the final quarter of 2022. And the average asking price of these 10 homes ranges from a low of $708,000 all the way up to a high of $969,000. So just a quick recap. The average sales price of a home in Terramor was $693,735. The highest priced home sold was $800,000. There were 10 homes sold during the first quarter. The average number of days it took to sell a home was 67 days. And finally, there are 10 homes currently for sale in the community. And for those of you interested in home prices for the all ages section of Terramor, here are the numbers. The average sales price was $796,000. The highest priced home sold was $837,605. There were a total of 3 homes sold in the first quarter. The average number of days it took to sell a home was 30 days. And right now, there are 4 homes currently for sale in the all ages section of Terramor. So when reviewing these numbers, I want to point out one more thing. Even though there are currently 10 homes for sale in the community, 4 of these homes are actually new construction homes from Del Webb. This means there's only 6 resale homes available right now, which is exactly the same as the community of Trilogy. So the lack of inventory still remains a problem for the housing market. And we're seeing it right now in both Terramor and Trilogy. Okay, so that's our update for Terramor for the first quarter of 2023. Now, I hope you found the information helpful, and if you did, I'd really appreciate if you hit the like and the subscribe button below. And if you hit the bell icon, you'll receive a notification when we release our next video.